Whoops, that's me. So this is the beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, let me put it in the light. So this is the beautiful piece of tapestry that I found. And I thought, wow, it's on a frame. And somebody has just done the most amazing job to make this woman, this person, to look exquisite, to just look absolutely beautiful. And on the outside, that's exactly what I saw. And what got me excited about her was just how beautiful she was. But then, just like everything in life, sometimes I found that in relationships that sometimes when you go deeper and look deeper, and if I show you, you get to know somebody, and then you realize that nobody in life is perfect. Everybody has, broken bits, and they all have, let's get this to the light so you can see it better. You see it better there? So here I thought, if I twist it back, that I was getting this absolutely perfect tapestry. Look at that. And I thought just how beautiful. And sometimes in life, like I said, you know, you meet somebody and we all sort of come across in the beginning as being sort of well put together and not perfect, but you know, and the more depth that you get into meeting somebody, you actually realize that they've got cracks and broken bits. Look at that. I was a bit disappointed when I saw that this tapestry that I was excited about only paying £1 for had these flaws. But how many of us have flaws in our lives? How many people come into our lives and they notice we have flaws and they help us and they accept us with our flaws, but sometimes they help us. But sometimes people also have flaws of their own. So sometimes they'll be busy trying to help you with your flaws and you'll be busy trying to help them with their flaws. And what happens sometimes is either as somebody is, or you're trying to help somebody, or somebody's trying to help you fix these flaws, they're pulling them apart. And every bit they try to fix to put it right, as they're trying to help you put it right, or you're trying to help yourself fix the flaws, they're actually making it worse. And it's the very people in our lives that they look at us. Look at that. Let's have a look. They look at us and they say, you know what a beautiful, beautiful human being. And they see what's inside. And they know that yes, look at that, we've got flaws. But they are going to accept us exactly as we are. Sometimes the flaws the flaws are not fixable by somebody else. We have to figure ourselves, how can we take those flaws away and be the person that we really want to be and not be judged because we have a few flaws. And I myself have found that I have dated someone that has broken bits or flaws and vice versa me. But you know what? I truly believe if somebody truly, truly loves you and there's no abuse and there's no nastiness in life, that you won't only just see this beautiful, pretty picture, this what you think is a flawless flawless piece of tapestry, that ultimately what you see is a non-perfect person, but you love that person and you are going to accept them exactly as they are. But sometimes, sometimes it's not up for somebody else to take open us and fix those flaws for us. Sometimes we have to do it for ourselves. But you know what, guys? Nobody in your life that you meet is going to be perfect. And nothing in life is ever going to be perfect. And this tapestry just taught me that you take what you foresee when you meet someone, when you start dating somebody and you marry someone and you live with someone is perfection. But it's when the flaws start to show that you really need that love. And Marilyn Monroe said once, she said, "If you cannot accept me at my worst, you never deserve me at my best." And one thing I've learned in my life, and that I'll say to any of you, if you're married, don't treat your relationships like a routine, Don't just do the things you have to do. Just don't lay there and say, go ahead and do what you need to do, or rush out the door in the morning, because work is so much more important than having that kiss at the door. And quit complaining about what you don't have and realize what you do have. I have walked the coast with a backpack full of possessions, and I felt richer so many times than I ever have in my whole life when I did have a house and possessions and 25 bottles of perfume and 100 dresses, and bursting my ex-boyfriend's house out with clothes and everything that I didn't need, because I just thought if I just bought that one more dress I'd feel better and everything else. And when your spouses or your loved ones are saying to you, don't work those extra hours, or you need to sleep more, whatever, it's not because they're trying to control you. It's actually because they care. And caring about someone and accepting someone, even though the tapestry of who they are may have broken bits and may have flaws, that is when you will find ultimate love in your life and peace in your life, is accepting who you are with the broken bits and the flaws, and having someone love you or friends love you, and know that sometimes when you say you don't want to talk and you shut yourself off, that's when you need them the most. And I'm sitting in front of this fire, really, truly blessed to have had this beautiful birthday with a few friends in this beautiful, magical Moynes Court. And I'm 59 years old, and I live in a tent, and I walk around the coast. And right now I can't do that. My identity is a little bit taken from me because I have a damaged booty and bladder and bowel, and nothing's working right. And it sucks to the core. It sucks to the bone. But as I write about in my poems, those big girl panties that my friends bought me today, they might not be the lacy panties I used to wear, but if I have to walk around this coast or walk around my life at the moment with big girl panties on, dribbling, peeing on myself or whatever, then that's what I have to accept. And those that know me and love me will accept my flaws. My tapestry is not perfect. My tapestry of my life is not perfect. I've not been perfect. I've made mistakes. But nastiness does not cross my bones, and cruel behavior does not cross my bones, and judging people. I'm sitting by this fire and I'm listening. Listen to it. And honestly, guys, if you've been with your partner a long time and you love them, stop taking them for granted. Stop complaining about your house. Stop complaining about this and that. When was the last time you danced in the living room? When was the last time you put on a slow song and you danced in the living room together? Or you worked less hours just to take somebody that you love out for a date or something. And ladies, gentlemen, when was the last time you got dressed up when your husband got home from work? I remember some helicopter pilots I met in the Shetland Islands, and they said they go home, they work for 2 weeks and go home for 2 weeks. And I remember them talking about how they just, sometimes I miss their wife so much and they just want to go home and see her dressed up in something nice, and just making that effort. And yes, we have kids, and yes, we have housework and everything, but don't lose the very thing that attracted you to that person in the first place. And don't lose yourself for some extra hours at work, or because you want to be liberated and say, don't tell me what to do, you know, you're just trying to control me. Actually, maybe it's because they're actually caring about you. I'm not being a know-it-all. I'm a coast-walking poet that walks around the coast, but I can tell you, from what I've learned, I have made severe mistakes in my life. Due to broken bits in my life, I've probably pushed somebody I love out of my life, and I have to live with that. I have made mistakes. We all have. How would you feel if you walked by the house where you used to live and somebody else was standing at the gate with your partner? Somebody else was picking up your children and putting them in their car. If that kills you inside, if that makes you feel scared and awful, then stop being on the phone when you're watching a movie with your partner. Stop thinking that when they're telling you not to work so many hours, that they're trying to control you. It's actually because they give a hoot, because they care, you know? And get out there. If you're having a bad day, an argument with someone you love, go for a walk or something. Leave them alone. Go for a walk. Get out by the sea. Go walk in the woods or something. And stop blaming the other person for things that you have done or the issues that you have. And always be humble and kind. And stop taking for granted and not appreciating what and who you have in your life, your home, your job, your family. Because in a split second, they could be all gone. And then there's nothing you can do to make it better, or nothing you can do to say something to that person that you should have said something to, but you couldn't because they've left this earth and they're no longer with you. The RNLI guys go out to sea. Their spouses, families, daughters, sons, sisters, brothers, uncles, grandmas don't know what the sea is going to be like. The sea is a beast. Are they going to get home safe? Are they going to be okay? And every time they watch their loved ones run out to the lifeboat station or jump in their car to drive down to the lifeboat station, they have not a clue. So make each minute count. This has been a long, boring, probably people would say a boring video. Take the tapestry of yourself and present it to a person that loves you, and see how much more they love you when they see that you actually have some flaws and that you're not perfect. But they stand by you and they love you no matter what. And that's what life should be about. The world is gone mad at the moment. And I've just got to fix that fire. One of the little logs just fell down. Look at that. Thank you so much for all my birthday wishes, my birthday presents, the kind words and everything. And thank you for making my life, helping me make my life what it has been for the past 5 years since I started this journey. I had to lose somebody I loved to find myself. And 5 years ago, I left my home and left someone I loved to find myself and to figure out what what flame was inside of me, what was that burning yearning inside of me that I needed to sort out, to fix, to enlighten in my soul. My tapestry wasn't perfect. Is yours? Love you guys. Good night.